What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hans Heiserer, Florence Nightingale. Hope you guys had a good weekend and a Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we do Tuesdays and Fridays.
Tuesdays and Fridays.
2 days a week.
Mm-hmm. And we're moving forward. We'd like to add more days. Problem is, you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You.
Yeah. Tuesdays are good for me because I've worked it into my schedule where I just, work from home and then I can come here, dress like this, get my little Braves t-shirt on, getting ready for the playoffs. By the way, I'm going to be out of town for the playoffs, which is sacrilege. Every time the Braves go to the playoffs, I have to go and watch them lose in person. I'm going to Arizona. We're going to the Grand Canyon. Huh? Get little Emmy Lou and Sarah.
Don't get lost.
We're going to go down the Colorado River on a boat.
Really?
Oh, we're doing it all, man.
Wow. I didn't know you were like adventurous.
I'm not.
Hans. No.
So we're glamping. We're glamping. We're staying in this resort with tents, so we're sleeping under the stars. But it's glamorous camping, so it's called glamping.
I hope a bear gets in you a tent.
There's no bears in the desert.
I would love to see a bear.
Now a moose.
A moose?
I could run into a moose out there.
Not in the Grand Canyon.
Oh yeah.
I don't think. I don't think.
How about an antelope? Will you give me an antelope?
An antelope, yeah. Maybe like a snow leopard or something like that.
I got as good a chance of seeing a snow leopard as I do a moose at the Grand Canyon.
Mountain lion in
Bobcat,
the Grand Canyon.
same thing. Did you know that?
Bobcat.
Bo's a little under the weather today, but at least you're sucking it up. Literally, you're drinking your coffee from the Beau Bock Sports mug, which are in high demand. We've got to order them.
Yeah, we're ordering.
So, Jinji, if someone wants to order this, I guess we just wait until they're ready, and then we'll make the announcement, and we'll open up an online store, and you can put it in your cart.
Well, we don't. You know what? Good. Because I don't want people rushing the door. You know?
No.
Just like coming down the hill and, I got to have a cup.
Right.
No.
Don't want that.
It doesn't work that way.
Well, what a cup it is. You watch any of the Monday Night Football last night?
No. You know what? I decided to become Chinese. And I went to China, watched a mahjong tournament.
You say a smart-ass comment like that, but I'm serious. I'm sorry, Jets, Browns, this is not moving the meter for me. No Bravos.
And it was a bad game.
Was it a bad game? Well, I know the one guy, Simeon, broke his ankle or whatever.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Poor Jets, man.
God.
They can't get out of their own way. They spend all this money on Le'Veon Bell. Name me a situation where spending a lot of money on a running back has ever worked out in the last 20 years.
Well, in the last 20 years. Before that,
sure.
It was a good ploy. In the last 20 years, it hasn't been. I mean, running backs are expendable.
Right.
The way the league looks at them at this point.
Who's the better of our two? Ito Smith, right?
No.
You like Freeman better than Smith?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that would be what? Smith, his 1.7 yards per carry?
No,
is that what you like about him?
No.
I actually think it's less than that.
No, Smith doesn't finish runs. He's a little guy, but he's a soft little guy. A little scat back. He's a little darter.
Right.
But not a tough kid. No, we could get much more out of that position.
Well, in general. Yeah. But I'm talking about between the two. I think Freeman's damaged goods.
Well, see, I don't know because I don't have an arthroscope nor any way to reach into it.
Did you just call it an arthroscope?
Arthroscope.
I thought you meant like an Arthur blank scope, like an arthrscope.
That's
a good one.
That is a good one. If I were like searching hammers, I would want to use the arthroscope.
Right.
In terms of players and coaches,
we got a deal on pay. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
Dan!
Hey, but I will say this. I can't remember the last time where I saw a Falcons team respond. Usually they get slapped around on national TV. And look, they almost lost the game, but that's fine. Actually, should have lost the game. The guy, drops the pass. But that aside, the effort that came from the guys, I was not expecting that.
It was better. Yeah, I was kind of expecting that I didn't know. But when you think about it, Sunday night, embarrassed on opening week, this whole been pointing to it.
But it would have been like them not to show up still.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't have been surprised. No, you're right. A little bit surprised that they responded.
Right.
Shows his life in a flickering flame.
Here's what I'm worried about, honestly, moving forward, because that was such a physical football game and they're so out of their element doing that. Their next 2 games are against Indy and Tennessee. That's all they got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's all they have. They don't really have much other
But
than.
that's not a slam dunk.
What do you mean?
I mean, us, going in as favorites.
Oh, no. I'm saying that's the worst thing. That's the last thing in the world I want to do is play Indy and Tennessee back to back.
Right.
They know that the only way they can beat us is by punching us in the mouth over and over and over again. And physically, I just hope we can hold up after that.
Well, physically we can. Physically it responds to your mental toughness. In other words, if you're mentally tough, you can be physical. You can expand your physicality. But if you're not mentally tough, you lay down. And that's what we are guarding against. At any week, we could come in just completely, totally flat.
Man, I was impressed. How about McGarry coming back in? You thought, I mean, when he got hurt, you're thinking, oh, geez, here we go again. But, I mean, he showed a lot of toughness coming back in the game.
I think he is, and I think that's why they drafted him. Is because of his toughness, and we needed that on the offensive line. Jake Matthews on the other side, the other tackle, still getting bum rushed.
Yeah,
Hey,
he did make that nice play on the play that freed up.
That was
Julio.
a great one.
It was a great one.
That was
probably his best play he's ever made.
Yeah, that was a hustle play, and he can't be accused of not hustling. I mean, he sprung him so much so that Julio didn't even know it was him. He was giving credit to Ridley for that block.
Right
after the game. But that's just a hustle play. Physically, he's really not up for it. I mean, guys pass rush straight on. They bull rush him.
Right. Yeah,
and he can't get his ass down. He can't dig in.
I like what I saw in the 3 guys in the middle. With the center and the 2 guards. I mean, they were pushing guys around in there. You don't typically see that. Ryan, that's one of the worst games I think I've ever seen him play.
I think that Matt at this point is getting a little shell-shocked.
You think? Everything was off his back foot. Everything was fading away.
Yeah, but that is, after a while, that's what happens.
Well, what I'm saying, when he steps into it, I know. When he steps into it, though, I mean,
Of course. Even with me. Same with me. You think I don't throw better stepping into it than backing up?
Right. That's why you're always fading away. We start a show, we're here. By the time the show's over, you're over there.
Well, you know what I mean?
You're going away from me.
I'm looking for motivation. I'm not getting any over here.
I just thought for sure they were going to find a way to lose that game. Philly driving late. Who's going to make a play? Oliver gets burned the play before. Then he makes the play of the game, keeping Ertz behind the line of scrimmage, of all people.
Right.
That showed a lot of toughness. That was a hell of a play by him.
Yeah. Actually, the secondary played pretty well.
Number 1 pass defense in the league.
That's amazing.
I know.
That's amazing. With no pass rush. By the way, here we are, trying to protect the lead. And
the prevent?
We're rushing 3 men.
Yeah. They go down the field
They
in 2
had no
plays.
right winning the game when you're rushing 3 men in a situation like that. It's absolutely stupid.
Right.
Which reminds me that Carson Wentz was a completely different quarterback. He was not a good quarterback. I think I may have misevaluated Carson Wentz.
I think
he's not a good quarterback.
I think that hit early on in the game from who the hell was it that
Grady?
popped him? Somebody popped him. They got him up under. It might have been Jones. Got him up under into the ribs, and he went down and he was grimacing, and everything he threw the rest of the game was off.
Well, it might have been, yeah.
I think he really got popped.
But I don't think he's a tough guy. I think I think we overrated him.
Man, I'm glad Ryan missed on a couple throws. He had. He threw Ridley open into the middle. And, I mean, if the ball would have been on the money and Ridley would have caught it, they've been picking up pieces of him off the field forever. And that's not like Matt to make those throws.
No. I really think that finally it's getting to I think him, the desire and the need to be successful with this team and to live up to our expectations. I think it's really gotten to him, and he's pressing now. I mean, really pressing.
He is pressing.
I think he sees the situation. Oh my God, my career is going to go, by, and I'm not accomplishing anything.
But doesn't human nature isn't part of the process with yourself, saying, "My God, look at the money they gave me." Look at all the money that they are paying me to bring this city a championship. And
well, maybe, maybe.
I would. I think, oh my God, more money, more problems. Biggie said it. You and Big would have been buddies.
I was just thinking more like in the.
He was Brooklyn, right? Brooklyn.
In the altruistic sense, in the fact.
You ever friends with people from Brooklyn?
Was that allowed? I don't like Brooklyn people.
Okay, so go ahead.
All right. So, well, it's just, I think it's just pressing, and it may be, it might have something to do with it. It all compounds. It all has something to do with it, Matt, I think, is just feeling antsy, like he's got to do more and more and more and more and more to make this thing happen.
Yeah.
He's tired of telling people that we're good. I mean, we match up with everybody in the league. I mean, you might have a guy here and a guy there and a guy. Give me our club against anybody. I'm fine. I know we got a shot to win it, a good shot to win it.
It is amazing to me. Now, granted, Miami isn't much of a barometer, but after watching the Patriots again, now with Antonio Brown, they're the best team in the league right now. We're 2 weeks in. They're a little ahead of schedule. Usually they don't get it figured out until midway through the season. But now Roethlisberger's, how about all these guys getting hurt? Roethlisberger, elbow, out for the year. He's already done. Drew Brees, thumb, 6 weeks. Bridgewater looked terrible. But, look, big shoes to fill. Last night, Simeon got hurt. What's his name's got mono, your boy for the Jets. So they're on their third string now, I guess.
Yeah, that was third string last night. Next guy was a vendor.
Wow. Oh, and by the way, Eli Manning today got benched. So Doug Jones, Daniel Jones.
That giant organization with Pat Shermer. Pat Shermer is a joke. Pat Shermer should not be coaching in the National Football League, certainly not heading up a team. And you've got, you don't bench Eli Manning.
Doesn't that come from Gettleman, though? And that... Well, they drafted Jones. That's the one that put...
wherever it's coming from, a Gettleman is like a blank, and that they hire guys that don't relate to what they should be hiring them for.
Right.
They don't know how to... Arthur doesn't know how to put himself in that arena. He doesn't know what to ask. He doesn't know what to look for. He doesn't know what signs or characteristics make a good coach or make a leader. He's got no idea. I mean, he's been diving with little Chinese guys with truckloads of hammers. All right, I'll take that.
Because that's where the hammers come from.
That's where the hammers come from.
That's where they come from. Now, I wonder,
not anymore.
If there's a Home Depot in China, does it say Home Depot or is it written in Chinese?
No, Home Depot.
It says Home Depot.
Yeah.
What if you don't read English and you're in China? You identify with the orange, I guess.
Yeah, that's when you ask someone.
Hi, Ted. Hi.
Help me with this menu.
Hi, Troy. Oh, man. So we got Indy coming up this week. That'll be interesting. But, again, my concern is just how beat up are you? I'm serious, though, man.
Stop.
No, that's bullshit.
Stop. Every week it's we're on the precipice. We're underachieving totally. Forget the matchups. Just hope you go in when we come out.
I didn't say anything about a matchup.
Well, you're thinking. I can see you thinking because once in a while, even you think.
What I'm saying is,
see it.
I never see this team be physical. Never see it be physical. They were physical.
A little more so.
Okay. How do they respond this coming week?
Ito Smith is not physical. I told you that.
That's fine. I'll take him over Devontae any day of the week.
We don't know how they respond. Because
I just said that's my only concern.
This is the problem.
Right, because Indy's a physical team.
Yeah.
Boy, thank you. I'm sorry for those of you that tuned in that I had to explain that to you again, but,
He's a child.
Big child.
What can I
Big
do?
goofy baby.
I can't.
Big goofy baby. So, by the way, get well, Charlie Culberson. I hate to see, what happened there. Let me ask you, how much of this gets back to not being able to bunt?
I don't think.
I don't think he had a chance, right?
No, he didn't. He squared up.
Right.
Which, not many guys square up anymore. That's a real pitcher's fundamental thing. I'm surprised.
I'm giving you an out.
I'm surprised Charlie did that. And, because that's the way pitchers.
I bet he won't do it again.
No, he will not. No, he will not.
I don't mean to laugh, but
no,
I mean,
he'll be going full, moon landing head apparatus.
they're going to ask him to bunt. He's just
The bunt. Bunt this.
Julio. Get up here.
That was brutal.
Terrible.
That was brutal.
Yeah, I
hope he can come back. Okay.
I don't know how you. I mean,
Herb Score was a pitcher for the Indians. He got smacked just like that in a batted ball. Never could pitch again.
It was like Glenn Hubbard.
Came back, but never could pitch again.
It was the end of Glenn Hubbard.
Hubby, yeah.
Yeah. And it's happened to others. So who knows? I mean, it happened to Dansby Swanson. He's got the,
right.
Whatever.
Right.
He's obviously fine, but, so he could go either way. But you just hate to see that for anybody. But anyway, when you look at the Braves, he's out for the year. And then you lose Camargo the week before. He fractures his kneecap. He's out till probably the World Series if you make it that far. So now all of a sudden, these guys that were going to be on the outside looking in,
no,
Riley's in now, I
hey,
think.
Yeah, but those guys were part and parcel of what we have to do to be successful. We need Charlie.
Well, those are our two most versatile
we need
guys.
Camargo. I mean, that's one of the main attributes of our club. I mean, that's a solid piece. Those guys coming off the pines like that. And I think losing Camargo, I think it hurts a little bit with, for lack of a better term, camaraderie or the team psyche.
Right.
They're close.
Well, they're still in the dugout. They're not throwing dirt on these guys, for God's sakes.
No.
Charlie!
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. We got a game to play against the Cardinals this afternoon. Yeah. But yeah, they'll be there, all those guys. And, magic number's 3 now because Brewers won again. Yelich gets hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Brewers have won 10 out of 11. They are a game behind the Cubs, and then a game and a half behind the Nationals. The Nationals are only a game and a half away from being out of the playoffs altogether.
Yeah. Well, they can't complain because of the way they started.
Right, that's a good point.
They made a hell of a run. But, you got to come out of the spring. I mean, you can't come out of there with grapefruit fever. You know what I mean?
No.
They
had some injuries at the beginning of the year, but still, their bullpen was awful. But anyway, still, you got I think 10 or 11 games left. Everybody does, and it's either going to be Chicago, Milwaukee, or Washington. For those two, and then of course whoever wins the wild card will go to L.A. And then it's a fait accompli. For the most part, we're going to play the Cardinals. That thing's down to actually it's 2 games now. The Cubs are only 2 games back, and they've got I think 6 games left against each other starting tonight. Cubs and Cardinals.
Well, when we saw the schedule at the beginning of the year, it was coming down to these 2 weeks. The whole thing, Braves, everybody, we looked at it and said, "This is it."
Yeah.
Of course, the Braves, a magic number was it 2? You said
3.
3. So I mean, we're there, but it's going to be an interesting postseason.
Well, the question is now, with what you saw from Fried the last couple times out, does Fulte get the start?
I
mean, both and Tehran. I mean, those 3 guys, you just don't know what you're going to get.
Dice. I know. I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do.
Right. So Keuchel Soroka, we're in agreement there.
Huh?
Keuchel Soroka.
Keuchel. Oh, you mean on the postseason?
Yeah. Keuchel first, Soroka second.
Yeah.
You know what? I wouldn't actually mind. Yeah, I Keuchel Soroka. I agree.
And then, you know what? Then it would be Fried third in that pecking order. And
that would be at St. Louis.
And Julio fourth.
So Fulte's out.
Fulte's out. I just don't trust Fulte. Do you?
I mean, he's got another start or 2 left.
I know.
2 of his last 3 have been outstanding.
Before that.
Yeah. So if he comes out and does it again, I got a hard time saying no. I mean, this guy was an all-star last year.
If he was starting a game, I wouldn't like us. I couldn't, for instance, I couldn't bet on us.
I don't think he. Oh no! But I don't think. How does he respond coming out of the pen? That's a demotion to him. I think that's where he.
No, everything's precarious with him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Waste management doesn't show up on Wednesday. He's irate. He goes nuts in the neighborhood.
I cut up the sticks and I wrapped them for you.
God.
I've got this neighbor across the street. He's doing some renovating and stuff. He has, I've never seen so much crap out on the curb.
Yeah.
In 3 trash cycles now, they have not picked up any of his crap. Do you think that would be an indication to him that maybe he needs to make other arrangements?
Hey, maybe the guy is old-fashioned, he needs a note.
How would you find it with all that trash?
Well, you expect the garbage man to go up to his door and put a Post-it note that he found in the last.
It's become a like a pissing contest between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
How about the jackets, man? That was horrible. My buddy, he was a diehard Tech fan. You know, one of the blue hairs, right? Mm-hmm. He says apparently we've hired a hype man. He said,
"Oh God!"
He said apparently this guy was going to get exposed for lack of coaching at some point. Better to do it now here in game 2. This is how it's going to go.
My life, I dedicated my life to making us better. Nothing. I have had zero impact.
Right.
I mean, I wrote something yesterday or this morning, about the absurdity of that jerky-ass newspaper of ours to insinuate that Jeff Collins lost this game.
Yeah.
That was the nadir of where Georgia Tech is. Why? How could it be? You can't paint the Sistine Chapel with no paint. Can you?
I don't think you can.
No, but the guy's got no tools. This is not his team. He's trying to play conventional football with a guy that was playing tag.
Right. They were favored by 33 points in that game. Shows how little Vegas knows. Exactly. Do you think somebody saw that number and they were just like, oh my God, there's no way Georgia Tech's beating anybody by 33 points?
People should have seen that.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, when that scout came on the radio and said that they might not win 3 games, he said, really? He's like, I don't think you guys understand how bare the cupboard is.
I have no problem with that. I would not be surprised whatsoever if they didn't win 3 games.
Not to mention
he's got no players. This is all Paul Johnson's nonsense.
Not to mention,
stop.
His 2 best players were graduate transfers or were transfers from other schools that the NCAA disallowed. So they ruled ineligible like a week before the season starts. So now you're getting other guys up to speed. And I'm not making excuses for them. I'm just mentioning that because that's got to be part of it.
What I'm railing at, not Jeff Collins, but railing at our crazy, non-existent sports media, where you could possibly throw that loss on Jeff Collins. It just drives me insane. Because while we lasted 14 years with that idiot Paul Johnson playing that crap, nobody said anything.
Nobody said anything. Right. And you got the same thing basically going on in basketball. Tom Crean's got one of the top recruiting classes in the nation up there. You telling me that when they hired Numbnuts,
Pastor,
they couldn't have gotten Crean? And I know you're not a Crean guy, but what I'm saying is these guys are out there.
Right. No, I know.
These guys are out there. You're just making the wrong decisions.
Same thing. It's like, Bud Peterson.
He's
the president. You think that they've got, I don't want to get into it, but these presidents, they have no street sense. No, they don't know how to interview somebody. They're going with whatever an agent tells them, and by the way, this could mean that, and it has nothing to do with it. It's terrible that there's so much money in the game that the presidents are involved.
Right. Speaking of presidents being involved, pretty big game going on up in Athens this week. I know you were up there.
I was up there yesterday.
You saw him firsthand. And actually heard the interview on the radio, and I heard some guy in the background. He said, excuse me, Coach Smart, what do you know about changing direction and the boys up there from South Bend? They got COD, Coach. I was like, is that Beau? Change of direction? Did you at least tell Kirby about change of direction? He knew.
Kirby knows.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Kirby, you can tell he worked for Saban for 10 years. I mean, Kirby is exacting. He's exactly in the room at 12 o'clock. He's exactly out of the room. He walks in. He doesn't look around. I mean, Mark Rick walked in. You don't know if he's going to go into a song and dance.
Yeah. Asking how people's kids are and shit.
Say, watch this. Watch me make this disappear.
That was Bob Weiss.
Bob, well, that was a long time ago, So
he's still on the bench. He's coaching like
Portland.
I think. Yeah, you're right.
So anyway, what were we talking about?
We were talking about.
It was compelling, whatever it was.
It was really good. It was some of your best stuff. Kirby going into the news conference.
Yeah, and so he's so exacting, so turned in, so according to the. You can tell. See, it's beautiful to watch.
Right.
It's after all the BS that's gone on for the last 65 years.
Do you ever think in their relationship with he and Nick, when in the early days when he was still learning, and he's still learning, right? But do you think Nick would tell him things? Do you think Kirby would ask questions, or do you think Kirby just watched him? You know what I'm saying?
No,
because I don't see Nick being the kind of guy that'd be like, "Here's what you want to do." Here's
no. But there was obviously a mutual respect there. The fact that Kirby was in that role for 10 or 11 years. Nick Saban doesn't suffer fools lightly. So, he admired him. He admired the questions. He admired the way he went about his business. And I mean, we hired, it happens to us once in a blue moon, but we hired the right guy. And I think we hired the right guy at Georgia Tech, too.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. I mean, you needed some excitement in the program, so...
Well, you needed some life.
Some life.
You needed some life. Some joie de vivre.
By the way, I think turkey hunting season's coming up, so Coach Johnson will be happy about that.
Yeah, he'll get himself a gobbler.
Do you think he...
tie it to his belt.
Do you think that he lines up formations with all the dead turkeys before he bags them?
Brings them home. Makes the little woman pluck them.
Whispers in their ear, left.
Yeah, right. No, yeah, he wants to, right. And pushes them out there.
He always did. Yeah. And then the best would be the announcers would always say, "Look at him, folks. He uses no scores.
No sheet. No play sheet whatsoever. My God. Next play. Left. Right. Oh, look at him mix things up. Oh, it was amazing.
Oh, man. So I got my Hawks tickets. I'm very excited. Great deal. The way they do these, you do a split season, so you get 21 games. Mm-hmm. And the package I got, think about this. I got Warriors, Clippers, Mavericks, so I get to see Luka. I get the Nets, so I get to see Kyrie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kyrie, Celtics. I'm pumped, man. And their ticket sales are up 85% from last year.
It's all positive. There's nobody, nonsensical who've exposed themselves to the organization yet. There's a couple of guys, couple of candidates in the front office to make fools of themselves. But it hasn't happened yet. Happened a couple of years ago, but it hasn't happened under Tony Ressler, the new owner.
I had something I had to say about him. I can't remember. I saw a story, but I can't remember, so it doesn't do any good.
He's been very under the radar.
We're 49 days away from the first game. 49 days. It'll be here before you know. It's very exciting.
I'm going to enter into a state of ketosis.
Right.
So I lose a couple of lbs. And, I'll be able to take anyone off the dribble.
I love it.
You know that?
Yeah. At this age, I notice like a couple extra days rest. If I get a good night's sleep, maybe don't play for 2 or 3 days, and then you just go out there and like Baker Mayfield, you feel dangerous.
We ought to go down and introduce ourselves to Tony Ressler.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. We could dress up as gardeners. Armando! You said, "Sí, Armando! What did I say to that Flores?"
Basket.
See? And then we go talk to Mr. Wrestler. Of course, you're not Armando.
No.
I'm not Hector.
No, but that just shows you, Mr. Wrestler, what we can do.
Right.
Shows our versatility.
We got past your security.
Hello?
Dude, does he look like Ignacio?
Thank God there's not a bomb in my back pocket. Hello?
Are you saying all Mexicans have bombs in their pockets?
No, but
Is that
once
what
they
you're
were on a
saying?
mission. You know, it might have been on
They're
a mission.
dedicated?
We don't know.
Boy, where are you going to get this kind of insight?
You don't
Not
get
on the
this.
radio,
You
not
don't-
on TV.
No, you don't get this.
No?
You don't get this. Let me see what I got in here.
Oh, geez, Louise, man. What do you got going on? So tennis is over, golf is over, all the, we're just down to college football. Georgia, by the way, is up to 13.5 over Notre Dame.
That's always
13 and a
strong. It's
half.
strong. And I'll tell you why it's strong is because Notre Dame, just from what I've seen the last couple, Notre Dame's got it going on right now. I mean, this is a special edition.
Well, don't forget, I mean,
And you know, their team speed is like we got down here.
the game that we won up there, that was kind of the beginning of the Kirby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Godwin made that catch,
Right,
and
right.
we very easily could have lost that game. Now, granted, it was up there, down here, maybe a different story. Who knows? But not 13.5, man. No way.
no.
I'm confident about
Yeah,
that.
me too.
Yeah,
Me too. But wouldn't it be wonderful?
yeah.
That would be, you know, you talk about
Blow
being
doors
front
on them.
runners at that point.
And then you coast in the schedule till Florida. But now with Florida, with Frank's going down,
You know what?
they should have never won that game.
They're better off.
They should have never. Oh, Frank's is bad.
Ah,
Yeah.
terrible. Terrible.
Well, they got that Emory Jones kid. I don't know if he's even going to be the guy to get an opportunity. I don't think he will be. But he was a kid that was coming to Georgia before Fields came in. So then he decommitted, and then he
Right.
went to Florida. Once Mullen got the job down
Where's
there.
he from?
He's
Here?
from Georgia somewhere, yeah. But Fromm was incredible throwing the ball on Saturday. Now, I know it was Arkansas State, but he made some throws, man.
Yeah.
He was throwing guys open. He was changing the play at the line of scrimmage. I would take him over probably
Everybody.
10 quarterbacks in the
Yeah.
NFL right
Yeah.
now. I mean that.
Yeah. No, he's got a pro mentality.
Absolutely.
He absorbs everything you tell him. He knows exactly what to look for. He always throws it to the right guy in the right spot. He's amazing.
He throws guys open,
Yeah.
which is another thing you
Yeah.
don't see college guys
Right.
doing. If they do, it's by accident.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Right.
this guy's just Deshaun Watson was like that. He was a very cerebral quarterback. He's going to
At Clemson.
Yeah.
At Clemson.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Oh, he was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for real. Yeah, he was best quarterback I've seen in a long time in college.
Well, he was electric.
Throwing the ball. I'm not talking about running around. Throwing the ball.
Oh, are you yelling at me?
I am, but you I don't know.
I mean, you know, you take my breath away. I'm so disappointed.
Who was that? Take my breath away from Top Gun.
Oh,
Who was
God,
that? That's
I
I could
don't-
see you.
I
That was
don't-
in your area. You were
I-
peaking then, baby.
I don't know Domino and Cellini. I don't know who sung that.
Berlin, huh?
Irving.
Berlin. Where are you going to get this stuff from, Bo? But yeah, so Georgia coasted in their schedule. Their next like 3 or 4 games are their SEC opponents, but the whole division has lost its quarterback. South Carolina, Brantley's out for the year. Frank's out for the year. So that's South Carolina. Kentucky's quarterback is out for the year. Incredible. So it's going to be Georgia, Alabama again. Mm-hmm. No doubt about it.
Yeah. You know, Kirby had to say, he said, of course, you don't turn it over. You got to create turnovers against Notre Dame. Their offense is very difficult to defend. They have great team speed, great combination of size and speed, and edge rushers. They have a pressure package, which is really something. And then, maybe most importantly, they have big game experience from player to player.
Right.
They return almost everybody.
And that's where Georgia's kind of lacking a little
Yeah,
bit.
we,
They're,
you know,
they're
we
young,
don't know about,
with the exception of Fromm.
Oh, yeah.
Think about all the games. How many college quarterbacks in their careers have played in as many big games as Jake Fromm?
I haven't counted that up.
I'm done here, folks. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in to our show. We got our podcast. You can really kiss it, man.
You know, Google that. Google his question. On Friday, when we're back, comment and let him know.